so just looking at some other tools here. So you've got a copy of this file to download in the Canvas course. What I'm going to do now is I want to grab one of these chairs. I want to put it at the end of the table. So I'm going to use the rotate tool. So I'm going to make a copy of it first and rotate it. So I've selected the chair, Control-C, Control-V, and then maybe I'll just place it somewhere over here. And now let's have a look at using the rotate tool. Alright, so here it is here. So I'm just going to click on rotate and I'm going to bring this down and let's have a bit of a close look at this. Really, I'm just going to snap it onto, I guess a bit of geometry that I, can see it sits nice and flat, in this case on the floor. So if I click once here, and bring it out, and then a second click somewhere, I can then start to rotate that around and it automatically snaps to 90 degrees. You can see my measurements in the bottom right hand corner of my screen, so I could drive it to 90 degrees. So if I put in 90, enter, you can see it's done that for me as well. So you could either move it by hand or by eye, or actually drive it with a dimension. So now that's worked pretty well for me. I'm just going to go down here and grab it and move it in. Okay, so you can see we've made a copy of the chair and repositioned it and moved it. So the rotate tool, handy tool. All right, so the next tool we're going to have a look at is our offset tool. All right, so I'm just going to, click on it over here, and really helpful tool, particularly for creating, say, walls or when you're working with cabinetry. So I've just clicked on the outside line of this sketch that I had, and then I can drive this with a certain dimension. So if I just put in, let's say, 90, and straight away it's created the geometry that I wanted, and then potentially I could be push-pulling up and creating some external walls. So the offset tool, one I use quite a bit. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is the Protractor tool. So quite helpful. In this example, let's pretend we've got a 2D drawing and we're creating the pitch for the roof. If I go one click there, another click on this line and then bring it up, you can see on the bottom right hand side it's telling me the angle, so I could drive that to be a certain angle if I wanted to, or I could just be happy with 30 degrees that it's got there. So I'll snap it on 30, and then same here, one click, two click, and then it's gone to 30 there, so I'll hit enter. So that's given me some guidelines that I could then use my line tool. So Protractor, quite helpful. Right, so let's have a look at that with some context to this little model I drew up before. So if we get the Protractor tool, let's have a look at this for a roof. Okay, let's maybe go 30 degrees. Okay, then I'll just get my line tool. Alright, we'll spin that around. Let's have a look and see if I can use my offset tool here. There's a bit of thickness, I don't know. And push pull. And maybe I'll try and use that geometry there. As you can see, there's a bit of mucking around that needs to happen here, but you get the idea. You can quite quickly use your Protractor and offset tool to begin to start doing a roof design.